of what to do about love bombing, which is the beginning of most abusive relationships. We've all been there, haven't we? At least once, I hope. Have we not? That new relationship that makes you breathe quicker, makes you confused and overwhelmed. Now, most good relationships start this way, but unfortunately so do the bad ones, because it will likely mean you miss the red flags when the new person leaves hints of what is to come later. And once you're hooked, or rather bonded to them, they can tell you it all changes, and that's where it goes downhill from there. So let us call this love bombing, which is a pattern of overwhelming another person with excessive affection, attention, compliments, and promises early in the relationship to gain their influence and control over you. Although intense romantic gestures can be sincere in healthy contexts, love bombing refers to a manipulation where rapid, disproportionate intimacy is used to shortcut the normal bonding process, so you, the recipient, become dependent, compliant, or, as I've said, bonded to them. You become attached before you can evaluate the relationship realistically, and if you do, you'll realize your well-being is in danger. The bomber, soon to be the abuser, pushes a relationship forward unusually fast, with declarations of love within hours or days, planning your future together almost immediately, or insisting on exclusivity early on. They may use the word soulmate or the phrase love of my life. They do this long before you have time to think about them and the relationship properly. They will try to be constantly in touch with you. Frequent text, calls, long messages, or demands for immediate replies that create a sense that the bomber is always present. They want to overwhelm you because that creates the dependency. We all fall for a bit of flattery now and again. I know I do. But this flattery is excessive, and it idealizes you. You have never been treated this well before. You're made to feel uniquely special through hyper-focused praise, statements or claims that the relationship is fated to be. You are the one. Now, depending on the budget around, they will lavish presents on you. I've known them to borrow credit cards from their victims and buy them presents with it. Isn't that fantastic? Together, you will get expensive experiences or repeated acts of doing everything for you, creating more indebtedness. This is more ammunition to bond you to them. They will also pay extreme attention to your needs, interests, and your vulnerabilities, often appearing intensely empathetic and attuned to you. Come on, who can resist this? Nobody. So, very quickly, this will increase the pressure and guilt on you if you express any discomfort or resistance. The bomber then may respond with emotional pressure, guilt tripping, or reminders of all that they've given you, even if you pay for it yourself. Add the almost constant contact to this, and you will see how easy it is for even the brightest of us to be overwhelmed and bonded to a one-way love. You get to love them, they get to manipulate and control you. I want to say here, remember there are no such things as projects. Toxic people do not change whatever you try to do. You will not change them. What happens with love bombing is a mask to draw you in, and it will only be there long enough to bond you so that you can be manipulated and controlled. Sad, yes, of course. Common, yes, that too. We can estimate that about 40% of adults have some tendency towards behaving abusively. Isn't that dreadful? Now, not wanting to get technical here, but explain anyway if I can. Love bombing exploits our natural human need for connection, human needs for validation and belonging. And by accelerating the intimacy and heightening the emotional engagement, the bomber fosters rapid attachment and trust. This will make you, as the recipient, more likely to ignore the red flags and even wave at them as you pass them, and to prioritize the bomber's needs and wishes over your own. They want to control you, so you will supply their needs. Excuse me. That is almost constant validation of them, plus your adoration of them, so that you supply every wish and desire to them without question or comment, and that includes all the way to the bedroom. So, to summarize, the relationship moved much faster than feels comfortable, even if you did not recognize it as so. And you feel pressured to reciprocate. You feel overwhelmed, suffocated even, or simultaneously flattered and uneasy. That's really weird, isn't it? The person praises you excessively and promises a future long before you've had time to get to know them properly and in your own way. This will increase, of course, your difficulty in leaving the relationship before much damage is done to you. If you find yourself stuck like this, slow down. Deliberately decelerate the pace of the relationship. Ask for time to get to know each other. Genuine partners will respect reasonable boundaries. Act on the response. And if they do not agree, call this a very big red flag. You can try to maintain your support network. The problem with that is that they will try and isolate you from your support network by shrinking the social circle around you. You need to look for consistency of good behavior from them. Healthy relationships show mutual investment in the future. If consistency is one-sided or conditional, that is another big red flag for you to wave at. In summary, love bombing is the use of overwhelming affection to create fast attachment and dependence as a step forward towards manipulation and control. While it can be mistaken for the best of romance, its hallmark is an excessively intensity that bypasses normal relationship checks and balances. It will bypass or try to bypass your natural reticence when you meet somebody new. Awareness of the signs, maintaining boundaries and social supports, and prioritizing slow, reciprocal growth in relationships are practical defenses, and I wish you luck. Now, if you're unsure if you are in this sort of relationship, take the questionnaire on my website, Ray Freeman Psychotherapy. There's a very clear questionnaire on there, and if you answer too many questions in positively, you're in that relationship. You can, if you wish, if you know where you are, ask me for help. If you want one-to-one, I'm around. I still take patients on. Or follow me on YouTube, or become a member of my website on rayfreemanpsychotherapy.com. There you will get exclusive articles and podcasts, and even live contact Q&A, question and answers with me. I do live work live as well. So, on to the next podcast. Thank you for listening to this one.